The Toronto Blue Jays are coming off of a big win against the New York Yankees where they held the Yankees to 0 runs. Now, even though this is a big win for the Jays and their momentum, for a large part of the game, the offense was completely stale, and I have got to pick a little bit on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I love Vladdy. I have always been in Vladdy's camp, and I still think that he's going to be in for a good year, but my goodness gracious, folks, yesterday's game might have been one of the worst games that I have ever watched him in at the dish, and the fact of the matter is he just keeps making the same mistakes. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In this one, folks, we're going to be talking about Guerrero and what is going on with him right now at the plate. Before we get into it, I encourage you guys to hit the like and smash the subscribe button if you enjoy Blue Jays content and discussion so you don't miss any future videos. All right, folks, let's get into it. So Guerrero, in the early parts of the season, currently has a 172 batting average and an OPS of 590. Now, those numbers are obviously horrible, but this is the part of the video where I want to remind everybody that it is still very early, so I don't want to overreact to numbers on the page right now. If we are going to react to something, though, then it's got to be the at-bats. Here's an at-bat in the 8th inning yesterday versus the Yankees. First pitch, he gets a cutter, 87 miles per hour in the zone. Vladdy takes a hack at it and fouls it back. And I'll be honest, guys, that ball doesn't really cut a whole lot there. Like, I think you would have hoped for him to potentially do more with that pitch, but either way, it's still early in the at-bat and he fouls it off. Second pitch now, and Santana dishes Guerrero up a slider outside the zone, which he takes a hack at. Now, when Guerrero is really locked in, the slider away is something that he's going to recognize early and lay off of, but in this at-bat and in yesterday as a whole, he just didn't do that, which makes me wonder, what is it that he's looking for? He swung at the first pitch, which was a cutter, which then makes you think that, okay, well, maybe he's sitting fastball, but then on the very next pitch, he gets a slider outside and also swings at that. So is it that he's not recognizing that that second ball was a slider? Like, he's not seeing out of the hand that it was that? Or is he just walking up to the plate without an approach and just trying to swing at everything? Either way, it's not great. The at-bat finishes on the third pitch where Santana goes back to the cutter, this time dropping it below the zone, and Vladdy goes fishing and strikes out. Now, that at-bat was rough, but it wasn't actually an isolated incident. Guerrero struck out multiple times that game, and this next one might have been the worst. First pitch, Stroman goes for a splitter on the outside, which Guerrero fouls off. Honestly, good pitch from Stroman to clip the zone, but looking at it from Vlad's perspective, that was an off-speed pitch right on the far side of the zone, and I just can't possibly imagine that walking into your at-bat, that's what you're sitting on, so why are you swinging there? Next pitch, Stroman goes for a slider in the bottom part of the zone. Vlad swings at that one and fouls it off. Pretty solid pitch from Stroman there, and not a whole lot that Guerrero could do with that one anyways. This next pitch, though, is rough.
Whoa! Time for your daily Betway breather. A quick reminder that the best place to bet is on Betway. Must be 19 years of age or older to play. In collaboration with iGaming Ontario, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content.
Stroman tosses an 87 mile per hour cutter a foot outside the zone, and Vlad takes a hack at it, striking out again. Now, in both of those examples, there's a couple things that we can take away. For starters, there just isn't much of an approach right now from Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It looks like he's just swinging at anything and everything, just trying to get himself on base, which then brings us to our next takeaway. Where is the patience? When Vlad is locked in at the dish, he is patient and he forces the pitcher to come to him. We didn't see any of that yesterday at all, and frankly, he was just making it easy for them. And then the final thing is a lack of recognition, and when I say this, I'm referring to, first off, the lack of recognition of what pitches are being thrown to him. He's not seeing out of the hand that something is a slider or an off-speed or anything like that, and he's swinging at it anyways. And then I'm also talking about the lack of recognition of the strike zone. He's swinging at stuff that's a foot outside the zone. If he knew where the strike zone was right now, then theoretically, he shouldn't be doing that. Ultimately, folks, it is still very early on right now, and I kind of feel bad picking on Guerrero because it is so early in the season, but as we have said time and time again, when Vlad goes, the Blue Jays go. Right now, Vlad is not going, and these are the mistakes that he's gonna need to clean up if he wants to have a big year. But folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, go Jays go!